Good morning to you, Tracy, and good morning to you, Mildred. I'm coming to you live from the Next Media Park. And of course, we're talking matters UMEME and its exit, which is, of course, on 31st of March this year. And of course, very much has been going on in the background. And of course, the 700 billion loan, of course, being discussed in Parliament, of course, approved later. And also the worries from the members of the public and members of Parliament that the government may not be able to take over from UMEME and take on its operations. And of course, the final consumer who is wondering, like you mentioned, do they throw away their Yaka meters or do they hold on and, of course, hope that everything will be fine and will be in order. So I'm joined by Patricia Litho, doctor, and from the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development, and she will address more of these concerns, of course, from the final consumer. Thank you for joining us on the Morning Breeze, Dr. Litho.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. First things first. On Sunday, there was a hailstorm and everything went dark almost all over the country. And up to this point, if you were to follow social media reports, many places are still in the dark. Is this the start of the dark times, both literally and metaphorically?
No, it's not really the start of the dark times, and I'm glad you said following the storm. It's not the first time following a storm that we have such instances on our electricity network. The thing is that it's still the same service provider until the 31st. But normally challenges of an outage are caused by many reasons. Like you said, after storms, sometimes we have trees falling on the line, trees falling on the road, and those have to be cleared off. Unfortunately, the nature of the line is that it might snap. So those refurbishments have to be done. Sometimes if it is too windy, maybe there are some loose connections here and there. So as we report, there should be a response. So that is what happened yesterday. But we've also had cases of vandalism on our network. The network is also quite an old network, so there's general refurbishment ongoing. So those are the reasons sometimes why we might have a challenge. Sometimes there's a technical failure, like any machinery could fail, and we address those. So it's not the start of the dark time. It's just one of those incidents that has happened before several times and that might happen again in future.
For the final consumer and the customer, the person who uses the electricity every day, the question is, are we throwing out the Yaka meters that we've been using? Is this a start of something so fresh, or it's something, it's just a name changing UMEME, but everything will be the same?
It is a continuation of what we had before. Just like when UMEME took over 20 years ago, people pretty much kept whatever they had. But as technology changed, they had to be a meter upgrade, moving from prepayment to post-payment, the Yaka that we have. So we expect a seamless transition in terms of we shall have our same meters that we've had. We shall have our same customer number. You won't even know the transition has happened. It is a back office business. So if there maybe there are any challenges, hitches and there, it wouldn't impact severely. So we are keeping our same meters. Please don't even tamper with that facility because it's owned by the government of Uganda. UMEME had the concession. It's like someone renting your house and you're getting your house back. And sometimes when people leave your house, there are some patches you need to touch up here and there. And government continues to strengthen the network. Our vision is access for all by 2040.
You talk about someone occupying the house and then they leave it. But if I had complaints in that house, the other person would go with them. So if anyone had complaints with UMEME and they were not yet addressed, do you take over the complaints? Is there any worry that the complaints may actually go with UMEME and I will have to lodge in the complaint afresh?
We hope the complaints won't go to UMEME, but the assurances I can give, for instance, those who have applied for a new connection, that information is available. So we should be able to come and connect you because we have meters and transformers available. But of course, it depends on which kind of connection you need. Sometimes you apply for power, but you don't even have network in your area. So we first have to build the line and connect you. Sometimes all you need is a meter, and government even has a free connection program that we're working with both UMEME and UEDCL, so this will continue. So the complaints we are also inheriting the customer center, the customer care center. We shall communicate the lines maybe you have to call. That could be the only change. But really about the meter number, about your location, about your meter, everything remains the same. Government has been generating, transmission and distributing power. It just let out the concession and now it's getting it back. So the rest remains the same really.
I gather that the rest remains the same. And is this with the service centers too? If I had loaded Yaka meters, units,
yes.
does it remain the same as well,
Yes,
or they're
yes.
taken on and they have to start afresh?
No. You stay with your units. I know some people have been on social media claiming that you lose your Yaka. No, you will not use your Yaka. So you can load or you can wait. You'll still be able to vent. But the point is, whatever units you had, we shall continue with that. And then maybe by the time you need to load next, there could be a different procedure. But still, we're still working with telecom. You'll go and follow the prompts, you know, the way you would load the Yaka. And even when you go to load on your phone, you see there are so many options. There's UMEME, UEDCL, and other service providers, including water. UEDCL is already an option. So we shall have UEDCL throughout, where maybe UMEME will no longer be an option.
Thank you very much, Dr. Patricia Litho, for joining us on the NBS Morning Breeze. Tracy and Mildred, Patricia Litho says that everything almost remains the same and there is no need to worry that you need to throw away a meter or to throw away everything that you've been using. And your units will also remain. And also the service centers remain the same. So basically it's a change of name, but the services remain the same. I'll come back to you at the Political Command Center for now. And we shall, of course, have more of these updates in subsequent broadcasts.